So if you've been trying to integrate some sort of interactive or heat map of the US into one of your reports or a dashboard, you've no doubt come across a number of options on the internet. Primarily, these involve downloading an add-in or an extension for Excel, and usually they cost. There's a cost associated with those add-ins. Um, this version here that you're seeing was actually done using just what's included in Excel and pretty much every version of Excel going back to at least 2003. And you can do this in any verse, so you can do this in pretty much any version of Excel that you may have on your computer. And while I'm going to go through a number of steps to get to this point, uh, given that this takes a tremendous amount of work, and you'll see why in just a second, I'm also going to give you the ability to just write a comment in the video and let me know if you'd like. I can send you this template, and that way it will, for the most part, be a plug and play for you. There is a macro. Macros are used in order to get to this point, but as long as you're okay with that, I can send you a copy of this. So if you could just like the video and put a comment in the video that you'd like me to send you a version, and we'll go from there. So let me show you what it does first. So this is just some data I put together for this demonstration, but so currently it's showing all states and showing the number of uninsured uh, 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 participants in each state. I currently have this where you can drill down to political affiliation, so red states versus blue states. So if I click on Republican, you'll see that it automatically extracts all the Democratic states. So you can see they just show a blank, both shading and an amount. And then so what's left are the Republican states. And what's important to note is that not it didn't just remove the Democratic states. It's actually adjusting the shading based. It's a dynamic shading, so it's basing it on the data selection of the data set you've chosen. So and if you need more proof of that, you can look here at the legend for the shading. And you'll see that if I click on all, this changes. So this is dynamic as well. And we can drill down to Democrat. Again, it changes. And then I also have, we can select either number of insured, which it's currently set on, or also the percent of the state population that's uninsured. And again, you can see the range is going to change, which then affects the levels of shading for each individual state. Also have percent of the total U.S. uninsured. So, how do we get to this point? So again, I'm not going to go through every single step just because it takes so much time, but I'm going to give you an idea of what's involved. So the first thing you have to do is you have to create a shape of each state within Excel. And the way you do that is using insert. In the version of Excel you have the toolbar may look a little bit different. There may be a different way to get to this point. But basically you're going to go to shapes, and then you'll see here under shapes there is one, it's called scribble. And basically that's a free form, and that's where you're going to be able to trace something and create a shape in whatever format or form you're looking for. So I'm going to click on that, and then let's say I want to create the shape of Tennessee. You will hold down your left click button, and obviously this is not going to be very good because I'm rushing through this, but you get the idea. And once you close the shape, that's it. And so we can do another one. And let's do North Carolina. Again, I apologize for the messiness. Okay. So you can see the amount of work that's required to get from this to this. So these are just shapes that I have traced within Excel using the aforementioned technique uh, like this. Once you have the shapes, then this is where the macro information resides. Um, Basically, what you're creating a macro to do is to change this shape, okay, based on its corresponding state value. So you'll notice here I have all of the states listed. I have the values. The values are dynamic. They don't have to be. You can keep them static if you want, but they're dynamic based on whatever you've chosen in your selector box here. So what it does, you see your shading amounts here. This is your range, and again, I've made it dynamic so that this will actually change. So the macro, which is here, and I'm calling it def color codes. Every time you engage the macro, it's going to go through each shape that is on your active spreadsheet, and it's going to adjust the shading based on the range of values. So for example, once I activate the macro, and let's say the state, and let's just do this, and we'll just call this Alabama. You will need to change the names. So if you click on the shape, go to this box up here, and so you just have to make sure that the name of the corresponding shape corresponds to whatever value is in this column here. Once I activate the macro, what it's going to do, it's going to say, okay, so this shape is Alabama. The value for Alabama is this, so 642,000. Where does that fall within this range? Okay, so it looks like it basically is going to be this shade here, and then it changes the shape to that shade, and then it goes all the way down the line. So it's going to search for a shape called AL. It's going to search for a shape called AK, AZ, AR, CA, etc. You have your min, max, median, and mean values. This is what I use for the range or the legend, if you will. And then these are some items that are used just to help determine, uh, again, which shading corresponds to each of your shapes you have on your spreadsheet. So um, I'm not going to go through every step of creating this. I'm just going to say that if you really just need a very decent setup of a US map, you want it to be dynamic, this version is pretty much plug and play. You've got your state values here. Um, you could fill data in here based on whatever you're looking for, and it would automatically update the map values also. So um, if you'd like me to send you this template, please like the video and comment that you'd like me to send this template to you. And if you'd like me to do a video and really go through each one of these steps here, then let me know that too. If I get enough comments on how to do this, I'll create a video. Um, but I just think there's a lot of work there that I've already done, and I'm happy to share this with anyone who wants a copy, no charge. So anyway, hope that helps. Just so you know, I mean, you can do this within Excel. You don't have to buy any add-ins or anything else, any extensions. It's doable as long as you have a lot of patience. You can get there. So with that, hope you enjoy. And again, if you'd like me to send you a copy, please let me know.